Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us again for another amazing time with one of our TRAXERO Titans. Today we have with us Mr. Kevin Baker from Woodburn, Oregon of Baker and Baker Towing. Kevin, welcome. We are so happy to have you.
Hello, thank you for having me.
You bet. And I can't forget my amazing co-host, Laura Dolan. Laura, how are you?
Hello, everybody. I'm doing well.
Good. Fantastic. So this is an exciting time for us to bring on another of our TRAXERO Titans that has certainly been a loyal fan of our products, using them for many, many years, and that certainly is Mr. Kevin Baker. Tell us a little bit about the company. How did you get started?
Sure, absolutely. My father and his business partner started the company in 1967, and they opened up as an Amoco gas station. And then they both had gas experience working for gas companies and gas businesses, gas stations, and towing companies. And then they got their first tow truck about 6 or 8 months into the business. So probably they started March of 67. Probably by the end of 67, they had their first tow truck.
Mhm.
And they ran that. It was we were Baker and Brown towing at that point. My dad was Baker and his partner was Brown. We were Baker and Brown till about 1995. Mr. Brown wanted to retire, and I was in my senior year of college. And Dad asked me if I wanted to come aboard. We switched the name to Baker and Baker on Mr. Brown's request. He just wanted his name off of it, and my dad was willing, and we just kept it. But Baker and Baker sounded close to Baker and Brown. There's still people in the community call us, "Hey, Baker and Brown Towing," all the time. That's kind of the short, brief history, and I've been involved with it since, like I said, senior year in college, 1995. So
So you are now the president and owner. Is that correct?
that's correct. That's correct. My father got pretty ill in 2006, 2008 with Parkinson's disease, and it took his life in 2011. And so we had it all set up so I could purchase it from my mother and my dad's estate, and so that all happened in 2013 or so. So about 10 years I've been the sole. My wife and I are the owners of the company. So,
And what does your daily routine look like? Because I assume you wear a lot of hats. Are you in the truck? Are you in the back office? Do you do all of the above? Talk us
yeah,
through
I'm in
just
the
like a
back
day in the life.
office. Yeah, I'm in the back office most of the time. I'm rarely in a truck these days. I did that for years and years. I don't. Every now and then I'll go out. I'll go out on heavy accidents if there's big rollover recoveries. I think I went out to one. Probably was about January of this year. Is the only big recovery I've been on this year. Was out on a truck about a month ago to get a garbage truck. If you know, and usually it's like we're busy or a guy is sick, and I'll fill in and help out that way. But not in truck. Pretty much a pencil pusher these days in the back office and running things. I'm very active in our industry. I'm the current president of the Oregon Tow Truck Association.
Nice.
I'm on the state board. We have a new board of towing called the Oregon State Board of Towing. I'm on that board. So pretty active in our industry. Travel across the country to the tow shows and the tow summits and things like that. So very much more probably administrative these days than I am hands-on running the day-to-day business. I have a general manager who's been with me for 22 years, started out as a gas pumper, fuel attendant at 19 years old. I got another manager that's been with me, operations manager, for about 6 years, that came from other towing companies in the past, and those two do the majority of the day-to-day operations.
And how
I,
many employees do you have overall?
We got a 10 right now, I think.
Okay. Small
Yeah.
but mighty team. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And most of
about
them have been with me quite a while.
awesome. And about how many trucks do you currently operate?
I think we're at 11 tow trucks, I think it is, and then several pieces. We have crane truck, service trucks, things like that, semi tractor.
you have cranes?
Yeah, we have one crane truck. Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. So
Love
And
it.
we
for
do
the
a
rest
lot
of them, are
of
we talking light duty, heavy duty?
a mix. I
Okay.
think we have, let's see, two light duty trucks, three carriers, two heavies, and two medium duties.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Love it. So to switch gears a little bit, you started with Tracker. Do you remember what year it was that you
I
started
think
on?
it was 2013. I think it
Okay,
was either 12 or 13.
it's
Probably it
about
might have even been fall of 2012.
yeah. And for our guests out there and for Laura, Mr. Baker is just a huge fan of our Brandon Cruel, Rocco Nunari, and also Keith Kopko. Those guys have been along the journey with Kevin Baker for a while. And then from Tracker, you transitioned over into the Dispatch Anywhere world about how many years ago?
It was either 19 or 20. Might have
Okay.
been, I think it was 20. I think it was the end of 19 and going into 2020, January of 2020.
Uh,
So we almost 4 full year, 3 full years, I think.
Love it. Thank you for hanging out with us all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
years.
We
So
appreciate your loyalty. Can you tell us a little bit about what life was like before you got on our software? Were you on pen and paper?
we
Um,
were.
okay.
Yeah, we were
And
on pen and paper, and so we were longtime AAA contractors. We were one of the long tenured in the state of Oregon for like 50 some years, and we might even made it to 60. I don't know. We're not AAA contractors anymore, but in 2000, and that was just in our small town of Woodburn. And then in 2011, they came to us and gave us some suburbs closer to the Portland area, Wilsonville, Oregon, and so a bigger market. And so we went from running, 6 or 7 AAA calls a day to about 30 a day. And when
oh,
you were doing pen and paper, 6 or 7 AAA calls a day, along with the other stuff we were doing,
mhm,
was manageable.
mhm.
I quickly learned in the beginning, and that took we started about this time of year, December of 2011. We took over that new area, and early 2012, I mean, right away, I was like, okay, I got to start looking for towing software. This doesn't work. And we need something that will take it from the D3 portal of AAA and put it right into the software.
Love
And
it.
so that's how I got started. And when we're running 30, we went from 6 or 7 to 30 to 35 AAA calls a day, plus our other stuff. And so I started my research and I looked at Tracker, and I actually came down to Tracker or Beacon or Dispatch Anywhere. And those were the two that I was going to go with, one of those, and chose Tracker at the end. But that was when I started it, when we got that new AAA area. And so obviously the change was huge when we were answering the phone and taking everything down by hand to all of a sudden we could see it on the portal and it's boom right into our tracker and sent right off of the driver's phone. So it was a huge thing for us.
Love it. Was it an easy transition training? What did that look like?
I don't know. That was easy. It was
Everyone
new.
embraced it immediately, didn't they?
Yes. Our staff was great with it once they learned it, but it was a process for all of us. And that took some time to kind of just learn because we didn't know, we hadn't used real towing software before, so it was brand new to us. But once I didn't take it, I mean, a couple months in, it was like, okay, we're getting it down, and it's working really well. So.
Perfect.
And what would you say your current call volume is? Because I would imagine it's easier to do your reporting. Do you have kind of like a estimate daily or weekly?
Yeah, since we got rid of AAA last year, we don't run too many calls. We're running probably about 200 to 250 a month,
Mhm.
and so we're
Pretty
we're
decent.
really focused on the medium and the heavy duty stuff, and
Mhm.
so the jobs we are running are very well paying jobs,
Yeah, and they're
and the police
profitable
stuff,
for
yeah,
sure.
and
Yeah.
it's way more manageable, absolutely. So yeah, we're running 900 to 1,000 calls a month here, as recently as 2019, 2020. As you know, we were running a lot more calls, but our sales were the same or less, and our overhead was much higher with AAA and the diesel and all that stuff. So that's been a big switch for us.
Yeah, it certainly is a journey, right?
Yeah.
Everyone getting started in the towing industry gets started in different ways. And so then you decide this is the type of specialty that I want to go into. And that's where you focus. And it certainly sounds like you guys have found your niche.
Yep. We certainly have. Yeah. Yeah. So.
I'm sure you have loyal commercial customers just like we do, like the one that we're looking at right now.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do. We have, and we've been able to, that's been maybe the last 10 years. One of the things we've been able to do is build up our customer base, especially on the heavy side. So, um, we, we have some big distribution centers that have moved out of Portland into our town. US Foods, national company has been one of them. They're a big customer of ours. Amazon's been building distribution centers. They just built one. It's not even open yet, but they just built one in Woodburn, right in our town, half a mile from my shop. But we're doing Amazon stuff all the time, whether
Wow.
Salem or Portland. So some big customers that have been very, very good to us, getting us away from the motor club a little bit work so we could focus more on the medium and heavy duty stuff.
That's great. I love it.
So if someone were to come up to you and say, I'm on the fence about converting to digital from pen and paper, what would you say to them?
I would tell them to do it hands down. I would say it'll be a huge asset to your business. It's going to be maybe a headache and you're going to get frustrated at first, but that is can be said for many new things that you do, not just
Right.
software. But learn it. You can get through it, and you will. I think you will be happy down the road. It might take 3 or 4 months, but you will be happy down the road. So
Just be patient and it'll be worth the wait. So
be patient. It'll be worth the wait. At some point, you'll probably do what I did and go, why didn't we do this years ago? So. And when we did it at the same time too. We added GPS to the trucks at the same time. So I want to know, so we could give the best customer service. I want to know where my guys were, where my trucks were. So I would throw that advice out there. If you're not using GPS and you know where your trucks are, figure that out too. Group that into it. I know TRAXERO has a GPS program now as well. So I would urge look at both. Get software, but also look at GPS so you know where your trucks are at all times, and it especially if the bigger area you cover. And that was one of the things in 2011 when we took on that AAA area. It was easy covering our little town of 28,000 and our freeway 8 miles each way on that Interstate 5. But once that radius turned into a 60-mile radius, it got a lot difficult driving 40 minutes for a jump start for AAA, and because we didn't know where our guys were, and so once you knew where your trucks were at all times, it was a lot easier to dispatch. So I would encourage anybody to do both software plus GPS.
Yes, and they definitely integrate beautifully into each other if you have both digital dispatching and telematics on the same software. So you'd be surprised how much easier that makes everything, and just creates so much more efficiency, so much more accuracy in your reporting. Am I right, Shelley, or am I right?
You're right. Yes.
So what does the future hold for Baker and Baker Towing? I gotta say, that sounds like a law firm. Just for the record.
We get that. Yeah,
like,
yeah, it does.
Attorney at law.
Yeah, you're right. You're not the first one to tell us that.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard that many times. So we also get like sometimes promotional pins sent to you, and we've seen a Baker law firm, and we've also Baker Bakery. They think we're a bakery too.
Oh my gosh,
So,
that's
yeah.
funny.
So, but well, the future, we want to continue to grow the heavy market and continue to push forward in that area. We want to. We're hoping to possibly expand equipment, and we've never had like a land all or anything like that, and that's we're in the works, and moving forward, giving more capabilities for our company. But that's kind of I've been in the last few years about opportunities to buy other towing companies, and I've kind of been in that. Do I want to continue to grow and expand, or am I happy with where we're at and we just want to kind of do what we do and continue to grow and expand with our company and not necessarily branch out to other areas or other tow companies? So far, I've decided just to stick with what we do best, and not purchase other tow companies. So.
Well, with the history of the company that you have and the decision making that your dad has partnered and you have done, I have no doubt that whatever the future holds for you, expansion or just stay the same, you're going to do an amazing job and service your customers. You bet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today, Kevin. It was a pleasure meeting you, and congratulations on being our first TRAXERO Titan of 2024. So we appreciate everything that you do for the industry, everything, just getting the word out there about our products and helping people kind of make that conversion, if you will, over to a more satisfactory way to run a business. So we thank you for being one of the early adopters in that area.
And thank you for the Titan Award. Much appreciated.
Absolutely. Let's get a look at that shirt.
Yeah, let's stand up and get a look, even though we didn't.
All right.
Orange, and we know.
There we go.
Thanks.
Nice.
There it is, the TRAXERO Titan. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.